Have you ever had this problem with fence fighting in Project Zomboid?
Oh my.
You. Finally awake.
You're not alone. Fence lunging often kills survivors due to improper handling of the offending zombies and a lack of knowledge on how to deal with large groups of them. This video will guide you through the ins and outs of fence fighting so that in the future you won't be so easily killed by lunging zombies. Though it is called fence fighting, this method of combat can be done by leading zombies through any sort of waist-high barrier for them to climb over. A few examples of these barriers are fences, office cubicles, sandbags, and windows. When a zombie climbs over this barrier, they will either slowly get up or perform a lunge attack at you. This behavior is influenced by whether or not you are nearby. However, sometimes zombies will not lunge no matter what. To fence fight, simply strike the zombie while it is on the ground for a major damage bonus. If you stand near the head of the zombie, you'll perform much more damage than being behind them. Project Zomboid's targeting system is not the best when it comes to recognizing when to perform a ground attack. When your character moves their head down to look at the ground, you will do a ground attack so long as another zombie does not get too close to you. I will discuss more on this in the coming sections, however. While fence fighting, as long as the zombies approach where you are one at a time in single file, it isn't that dangerous, so long as you kill them before the next one takes their place. However, in Project Zomboid, zombies are almost never alone. If there are two zombies approaching you at once, it is best to strike one of them before they go over the fence. This will stun them for a moment while you kill the other one who climbs over. If there are 3 or more zombies climbing over the fence at once, it is best to back off and only strike at the zombies that try and lunge at you. Staying around 3 to 4 tiles back works best for this, especially with longer weapons. Kill the zombies that lunge at you, lead the rest over the fence, and then go to the other side and repeat until the horde is removed. The key is letting them approach you. This technique is best used in a wide open area with a long fence line to jump over multiple times and is much safer with a longer weapon. If there is a situation in which multiple zombies are going to the exact same spot to climb over, and they are not all at once going over, rather one after the other with a very short interval in between them, then it may be best to stand your ground, so long as zombies don't start flooding over at the same time. This is much easier to perform when forcing ground attacks. This is done by default in Zomboid by holding the left Alt key and attacking. When forcing ground attacks, your character will attack much faster than regular attacks. This attack speed also scales with weapon type, skill, and fitness level. This difference combined with the massive damage you will do on downed zombies makes standing your ground a viable option. With a regular open air fence, although mobility is high, we are also very vulnerable to attacks from multiple angles. This is not very safe. Using a window is much better when it comes to safety, so long as there is only one window nearby, that is. Every zombie will be forced to go through it, meaning there is only one angle of attack, and ground strikes will always be targeting the area where the zombies are at. While this is better than a regular fence, it does sacrifice some mobility for your character in case things go bad, as well as not doing much to stop lunges while keeping on top of the zombies. What if there was a way to negate these lunges completely or to block them, though? There are 2 ways of improving upon just using a window. One way is by using an office cubicle or a fence and placing it right by the window to serve as a buffer from any lunging zombies. While this method is effective, you also do not have to worry about being knocked back and can stay right on top of them. Additionally, the zombies will have to jump another fence layer before being able to attack you. Doing this method, it is best to completely wall that square off, however, to prevent any freak accidents.
Who is responsible for this mess?
Another way is by adding an object such as a crate or cupboard at the window base. This causes the zombies to spend extra time slowly crawling through and completely removes the option for fence lunging. This is huge and is by far the best option in my opinion, as it is often replicable on the fly in random buildings you find and does not require you to carry any special materials around.
I can't take much more of this.
Sometimes you may be in a situation where killing as many zombies as quickly as possible is crucial and worth a potential lunge hit. When being attacked by a lunge, there are 3 tiers of severity: knock back, knock down, and knock down injury. If you have a character with high fitness, it may be best to risk this, as a higher fitness reduces this chance up to 20%. A knockback is not too dangerous if you know it is coming and you do not try and run from it when avoiding the attack is impossible. Turning your character around to try and avoid an unavoidable attack is the worst thing you can do. It will turn your character around mid-knockback animation back into the zombie horde. In this case, where a lunge is unavoidable, you must let it hit you and take your chances. Even if knocked down and attacked by a zombie, in this case it will be much safer as it will be from the front rather than the back. Front attacks are much safer to defend from than attacks from behind. No matter how good you are at fence fighting, you will eventually either slip up or experience a peak Zomboid hit registration moment and get hit by a lunge. It is important that you know what to do and remain calm. Fence fighting at its core is just attacking zombies on the ground for a damage bonus. You can combine this idea with regular fighting in the open so long as you are confident in your ability and aware of your surroundings. While risky, it greatly reduces the overall threat by killing zombies at the most opportune time if performed well. Keep in mind that this is backed by fitness, meaning that the higher fitness you have, the faster you will attack, so be wary when doing this with low fitness. Hello. These are all the main talking points I had when it came to fence fighting in Project Zomboid. By using and building off of these ideas, it will hopefully allow you to deal with hordes of zombies more easily. This guide also was made with multi-hit being turned off in mind. If you play with multi-hit on, however, everything mentioned in this video is even more powerful. While it may be seen as cheesy by some, with how Zomboid's combat is with weaker characters, it is often necessary and very efficient to use until your character is much more developed. And even then, it will always be more efficient than regular combat. If there's anything else you'd like to mention that I didn't mention here, be sure to comment below so others can see. This helps others in case I forgot something, and also helps out the channel as well. If you enjoyed the video and are interested in more content like this, be sure to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.